300k a week for Raheem Sterling, agreed, check. And all of a sudden, Matt Law comes out with 24 hours until Raheem Sterling is a Chelsea player again. You're not getting me this time, people. No chance. Rafinha was bad enough. Dembele was that bad enough. I don't believe it until I see it signed. Let's get into the news today. Welcome to the Kavkas View, guys, and I'm gonna say it one more time. J. Cole taught me well. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. And time to hit me, all right? Or whatever he said, something like that. But all jokes aside, guys, we've got 4 major stories for you guys. Number one, Raheem Sterling deals look set to be completed. Very good, very reputable journalists coming out. Matt Law, Fabrizio Romano, Ben Jacobs. It's very interesting, a lot of detail. You will enjoy this. Number 2, Mateus De Ligt. De Ligt and Juventus are playing some sort of game that I'm getting very annoyed with, because either we're gonna go buy the player or the Italian media, French media, Spanish media, English media need to stop putting contrasting reports out there, because I'm getting very confused. But I'm gonna break it down for you, all of you, because I actually took the time to understand it today. Number 3, Chelsea are linked with Mateus Nunes. Who is he? Where is he from? What's he gonna play? How is this gonna happen? And is this even credible? I'm gonna break it down for you. FYI, it's not credible, and I'm gonna tell you why journalists are doing this right now. Let's move on. And finally, 5 players that I think are gonna have the best preseason and have got a massive chance to be the Trevor Chalobah of this year. Let's get into the video. But before we get started, I've been up since 5 a.m. I've went to work, I've come back, studied in the morning and in the afternoon, and now I'm ready to make you guys a video. So if that work rate does not justify you lot just hitting a puny like button and pushing me over 1,000 likes, then I don't know what will. And if you want to be extra kind, subscribe to the channel, and more importantly, and this is the biggest one, in the pinned comment, there's my Instagram. Go into my Instagram, follow me, and hit me a DM with any questions, and let's build this community the way we're meant to. Let's talk about football. Let's understand who you want to sign, who you don't want to sign. I want to hear your thoughts in detail. I usually respond via voice note. We get a good conversation going. Some of the people have been doing it. It's actually really fun. Raheem Sterling has the potential to be the signing of the summer. And why does Raheem Sterling have potential? Because he's costing £45 million for a 27-year-old going into the prime of his career. What has Raheem Sterling been doing his whole career? Scoring goals. QPR as a youth product, goals. Liverpool, goals. Manchester City, goals. Before Pep Guardiola, goals. This man has been consistently prolific in front of goal. What is one thing that Raheem Sterling feeds off? Chance creation. If Chelsea can give him chances, he will be scoring. Matt Law openly has come out and said Chelsea have agreed 300k for Raheem Sterling. Fabrizio Romano has come out and said within 24 hours this deal should be complete. The fee is going to be 45 million. Raheem will be on 300k. Ben Jacobs has come out with more context. This is becoming a deal that is actively being broken down nicely. But now let's look at Raheem Sterling as the player. Why are people against Raheem Sterling coming? Because we don't create enough chance. The problem is I think Raheem's going into the prime of his career, and I think in this system, Raheem Sterling's going to flourish. Apparently, Thomas Tuchel sold him the project. Raheem's not an idiot, and he would not join a club where he doesn't believe he would be utilized at his best. The style of play that we play, where we hit teams on the break, we are explosive in between lines, I think Raheem Sterling is going to flourish in this system. I am looking forward to seeing him at the club. Is he my first choice? Hell no. But apparently he's rejected Barcelona and Real Madrid to join up. Pulling power from Tuchel. Apparently he's got none of that. Let's move on to the next story. The Mateus De Ligt story is one that's really starting to frustrate me, because it's got to the point now where we are really unable to see what's happening. So we've got multiple sources coming out with multiple stories. And let me tell you what the stories are until I tell you what I think of them. Number 1, we've got Di Marzio coming out and saying the player prefers a move to the Premier League over the Bundesliga. So Chelsea is in pole position according to the sources from Italy, and that's Di Marzio. Sources from Germany are coming out with Mateus De Ligt is set to agree a fee with Bayern Munich, and he is eager to play for that club and their stature. Sources in other countries are coming out that PSG were offered Mateus De Ligt and they rejected him, and the player was super keen on joining the French champion. Sources in England are saying the players Chelsea are actively pursuing Mateus De Ligt and are aiming to get him because he's the #1 target. So what does this all mean? It means that there is a lot of misinformation going around. The way this works, this whole system works, people talking, people actively informing others, and journalists writing this. This is what I think has happened. Chelsea wanted to do a deal where they offered Timo Werner or Christian Pulisic plus cash, £30 million. That's what was reported. Juventus rejected it because they want money. They don't want players. They said they would potentially consider Jorginho, but they will not do it for Werner or Pulisic. If they want Werner or Pulisic, big man will pay the money. That's what I think they said. But this is where the issue arises and what the complications occur. Juventus won £80 million. Chelsea offered 60. They're trying to meet in the middle. This is a good perspective to be in because Chelsea will eventually grind this deal down to a certain level where both parties are happy. If both parties are happy, this deal will get done. But the conflicting reports are very simple. Bayern can't afford him. I'm sorry, Bayern Munich will not sign De Ligt unless something major changes at Bayern Munich. Someone's getting sold for a big amount of money to generate the funds to make this deal go through. Yet, and this is the biggest issue, I think this is Juventus driving. I think this is Juventus telling Chelsea either pay up or shut up. Either pay up or get out of our office. Either pay up or log out of the Zoom account. Because they are tired of Chelsea haggling with them. This is our player. He's got X amount of time on a deal. I know he wants to leave, pay the money. And this is what it's coming down to. This is the negotiation technique. I don't know if this deal will go through, but this is the news up to date. Give me your thoughts. So when I went to work today, I decided to do one thing. I turned off my data, right? I turned off my data because I wanted to stop going on Twitter every 15 minutes to check whether anyone's been signed. And you know what? Weirdly enough, it's been very therapeutic not to consistently get an update on what's happening in the transfer market. Yet, I went on at lunchtime just to get a little quick insight. 4 hours have gone by. Have we been linked with anyone? I saw we're linked with Mateus Nunes. Firstly, I don't have any idea who Mateus Nunes is. So what do? I do the most basic thing. YouTube Mateus Nunes. I look at Mateus Nunes, he's a centre defensive midfielder, plays for Sporting Lisbon. Pep Guardiola called him one of the best players in his position in the world last year. And what did I see from him? Very good under pressure in those YouTube compilations. Good defensive midfielder. Better than Declan Rice at passing. Just had to add this in based on that compilation. I don't know what it's like over the 90s. But Ben Jacobs come out and it's exactly what I thought it was. This is driven by agents. People, I'm going to ask you one question. Do you think it's coincidental that Matthijs de Ligt has been mentioned consistently, Raheem Sterling has been mentioned consistently, then you have Rafinha mentioned consistently, other players mentioned consistently that are actually going to join Chelsea, but then people like Milinkovic-Savic, one article causes turmoil, doesn't appear again. It's because it's not real. This interest is not real. This interest is heavily driven by his agent. I think his agent wants to get him a move for 45 million euros. And until I see more credible information from more sources other than the Portuguese media, I am not buying it. I am not investing into this rumor whatsoever. Call me negative. I'm done with this transfer window, man. I'm done getting excited. I thought we got Dembele. I thought we got Rafinha. I'm a fan like you lot. I might have a channel where I get to speak and you lot watch. It don't mean I don't get hurt the same way as you lot do. It don't mean I'm craving for new signings the way you lot do. So sadly, I'm not buying stocks in this one. I don't buy it. Finally, preseason has started and a lot of people are getting excited for it, as am I. Look, I love preseason. I actually think preseason, you get to see some of the youngsters, you get to see how they could potentially be used, and it's an opportunity for a fresh start. Everyone thinks their team's going to win the league, right? Everyone. But there are 5 players that I think you lot should keep an eye on, and I think it's important for me to mention them. Number 1, Armando Broja. Good season at Southampton. Good chance for him now with Romelu Lukaku gone. No other striker within the picture for him to stake a claim. Last preseason, he did very well and got a great loan move to Southampton. Now, this is his chance to stake a claim and stay permanently. Number 2, Conor Gallagher. Conor Gallagher needs to step up because last preseason he did poorly. In my opinion, there was a game where he played in a double pivot. He showed Thomas Tuchel why he had to go on loan. He went on loan. He absolutely destroyed his loan. He was fantastic. He got player of the year for Crystal Palace. He's going to come back, potentially add goals and assists into our context, into our midfield, and for me, he's another one that we should be excited about. Number 3, we need to be looking at Levi Colwill. Levi Colwill had raving reviews at Huddersfield to the point that people are calling for him to be Rudiger's replacement. I think that's a bit far-fetched. I think we shouldn't be rushing players in. He needs to have the Reece James treatment. When Aspie and Reece shared the time frame apart, I think Levi and someone else needs to share their responsibilities for next year. Then 2 other players that I don't know if you guys have been considering. The first 3 were really blatant. Everyone knows about them. Next one, Ethan Ampadu. Ethan Ampadu is an absolute bad boy. I think Ethan Ampadu is amazing. I think he would fit into this Chelsea midfield, fit into this back three fantastically. Wherever you want to play him, he's a safe pair of hands. Good passing range, physical, good across ground, good athleticism, smart, intelligent, leadership capability. This kid, in my opinion, is phenomenal. I knew from the day I saw him play for Conte in the middle of a three, I knew this kid was going to be special. I just want this kid to get another opportunity to show everyone how special he is. And I need him to get it soon because he's been playing international football. He went on loan to Serie A and absolutely flourished. The raving reviews I heard by reading about him and seeing the clips were phenomenal. Ampadu needs to get a chance this preseason. And finally, Ian Maatsen. Ian Maatsen rejected a move to Feyenoord. Why did he reject the move to Feyenoord? He had conversations with a manager, and you know what? He said, no, I'm good enough to be in the Premier League. I want a Premier League loan or maybe a high-end championship loan. And if I don't get that, I need to find a way to force myself into a team somewhere within the English pyramid. And what's really nice is that he wants to stay for preseason, prove to Thomas Tuchel he's good enough. And this is the attitude Cobham generates. Cobham does a lot of good for Chelsea. Number one, coming out of our academy is guarantee almost that you are going to have a good top flight career somewhere. Whether it's in League One, League Two, Championship, you are of a good standard when you graduate from Chelsea. Number two, you are a good player. Technically, you are going to be a good player. And number three, you have that oomph about yourself to back yourself. And this is what Ian Maatsen's showing now. I can't wait to see how he's going to flourish. I can't wait to see how he's going to progress. And I can't wait to see this preseason. Guys, hit the like button, subscribe to this channel. Let me know your thoughts. Peace out. I'm out.